Welcome back. This is Kelly. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's get ready for the surprise news Tracy has. That's why the latest developments with Michael, Willow, and Chase have me absolutely glued to my screen, heart pounding in that way only this program can manage after all these decades. It feels like the kind of high-stakes family entanglement that reminds me why I fell in love with the show in the first place. And let me tell you, the heat is building in ways that have me counting the hours until the next episode. I've always seen Michael as a young man trying so hard to step out of the shadows of his complicated upbringing, doing what he believes is right, even when the path gets murky. But this current scheme of his, pushing Willow straight into Chase's arms with the hope of controlling her emotions through layers of guilt and carefully arranged encounters, well, it has me shaking my head even as I can't look away. He thinks he can pull the strings like some master puppeteer, staging those innocent run-ins so that Willow starts questioning her own feelings and perhaps even feels obligated to pull back from whatever distance has grown between them. I've seen Michael play strategic games before, but this one strikes me as particularly risky because Willow has grown so much over the years into a woman of quiet strength and deep intuition. She's not the same person who once navigated her early days in nursing with wide-eyed innocence. Life has sharpened her senses, and now those strange coincidences are starting to add up in her mind. The way Michael lingers a beat too long on certain suggestions, or how Chase seems to appear just when tensions at home are peaking, it all feels orchestrated, and I can picture her sitting there one quiet evening, piecing it together with a sinking realization that her own husband has been betraying her trust in such a calculated manner. The pain of that discovery must cut deep, like a slow burn that starts as confusion and blooms into heartbreak, and I find myself wondering, as I always do with these storylines, whether this is the moment that forces her to redefine everything she thought she knew about her marriage. What surprises me most, and what has me so invested, is how beautifully this is backfiring on Michael in ways he never anticipated. He hoped the guilt would keep Willow tethered, maybe even make her pull away from any real emotional independence, but instead it's cracking open doors he desperately wanted to keep closed. Willow, in her hurt and confusion, has turned to Nina for comfort and guidance, and oh, what a powerful connection that is forming right under everyone's noses. Nina has always carried that maternal pull toward Willow, even through the most turbulent times, and now, with Willow seeking her out in this vulnerable state, it's creating the very bond that Michael has feared the most for so long. I remember how the relationship has evolved over the years, from tentative steps to something deeper, and this latest turn feels like a natural progression that adds such rich layers to both women. It's not just about advice or a shoulder to cry on. It's about Willow finding a safe space where she can voice her doubts without judgment, where someone truly sees her for who she is beyond the roles of wife and mother. Michael might have thought he was protecting his family unit by engineering these situations, but instead, he's inadvertently strengthened the one alliance that could shift the entire balance. I've pondered this a lot during my afternoon viewings, and I believe it's a clever writing choice, because it shows how even the best-laid plans can unravel when human emotions refuse to stay in neat little boxes. And just when you think the tension couldn't climb any higher, along comes Tracy stepping into the fray in that classic no-nonsense style of hers that has defined so many memorable moments over the decades. She's always been one to protect what's hers with fierce determination, and catching Chase and Willow in a particularly sensitive situation has lit a fire under her like nothing else. I can just imagine the scene unfolding with all the dramatic weight it deserves, Tracy's sharp eyes taking in every detail before she issues her ultimatum. Use her influence to jeopardize the adoption of little Phoebe unless Chase cuts off all contact with Willow immediately. Phoebe represents such a fresh start for Chase, a chance at building something stable and loving after his own share of heartaches, and the threat lands with real force, because adoption processes are delicate at the best of times. Tracy isn't one to make idle statements. She's proven time and again that when she sets her mind to something, the whole town feels the ripple effect. Yet here's where the story takes on even more fascinating turns that have me theorizing late into the evening. This intervention of hers could very well shatter Michael's entire strategy in one fell swoop, forcing adjustments that no one saw coming and elevating the entire narrative to new heights. What started as Michael's quiet manipulations now risks exploding into open confrontations and shifting alliances, and I love how it introduces fresh calculations for everyone involved. Suddenly, there are new obsessions bubbling up, new troubles that demand attention, and it's Tracy herself who seems positioned to solve some of these emerging complications in her own unique way, perhaps by brokering unexpected truces or exposing truths that clear the air for the greater good. I've asked myself more than once while watching these episodes unfold, will Michael realize in time that his control tactics are only pushing Willow further away? Or will pride keep him doubling down until the damage is irreversible? The answer feels clear to me after all these years of following the characters' journeys. He has the capacity for growth because we've seen glimpses of it before, moments when family loyalty won out over personal agendas. But right now, the momentum is with Willow's awakening, and that discovery of the staged meetings has given her a clarity that could lead to some truly empowering decisions. Turning to Nina isn't just a plot device. It's a lifeline that highlights the enduring power of maternal bonds, something I've always appreciated in this show because it mirrors the real-life complexities we all navigate. The connection between them feels electric with possibility, and I can't help but feel a quiet thrill knowing Michael dreads it so deeply. Meanwhile, Chase stands caught in the middle, his sense of honor clashing with the pull toward Willow, and Tracy's threat adds this layer of urgency that makes every scene crackle with anticipation. Phoebe's future hangs in the balance, a sweet innocent at the center of adult machinations, reminding us how the little ones often become the emotional anchors in these stories. What I find so refreshing about this arc is how it differs from some of the more straightforward romances or rivalries we've seen in the past. In earlier days, Michael's storylines often revolved around protecting his own children or navigating business pressures. But this feels more intimate, more psychological, like a slow unraveling of trust that invites us viewers to examine our own relationships. I've shared this with my viewing buddies over coffee, and we all agree it's the kind of sophisticated storytelling that keeps General Hospital feeling vibrant and relevant, even after all this time. The way Willow's pain leads her toward Nina creates this beautiful contrast to Michael's isolation, proving once again that secrets rarely stay buried in Port Charles. And Tracy, bless her meddling heart, isn't just a villain in the piece. She's the catalyst for necessary change, the one who might inadvertently force everyone to confront the new troubles head-on and emerge stronger. Her role in potentially derailing the plan adds such delicious irony because she's always championed family above all. Yet here, her actions could spark a broader reckoning that reshapes alliances in surprising ways. The excitement builds with every passing week, doesn't it? I find myself replaying key moments in my mind, wondering how Chase will weigh his growing feelings against the very real risk to Phoebe's adoption, or how Nina will advise Willow without overstepping that delicate new trust. These questions keep the story alive for me, and the resolutions hint at even bigger developments on the horizon. New obsessions born from the fallout and troubles that Tracy, in her inimitable fashion, might just help untangle. It's the kind of layered drama that makes me grateful for the consistency of this program, the way it weaves personal growth with high-stakes conflict without ever losing its warmth at the core. Michael may think he's holding the reins, but the backfire is already in motion, and Willow's discovery has set off a chain reaction that feels unstoppable. Her journey towards self-discovery, bolstered by that motherly support from Nina, speaks to something universal about finding strength in unexpected places, and I admire how the writers are handling it with such care and nuance. As someone who's spent a lifetime with these characters, I can say without hesitation that this chapter has me more invested than I've been in ages. The tension is palpable, the emotions run deep, and the promise of what's next keeps me returning with the same enthusiasm I had as a younger woman. Will the adoption of Phoebe proceed smoothly? Or will Tracy's conditions force a dramatic pivot that changes everything for Chase? I suspect the latter, because the show thrives on those pivotal shifts, and it would create the perfect opportunity for new calculations among the group, fresh troubles that test loyalties, and perhaps even lead to reconciliations we didn't expect. Tracy's solving some of these emerging rifts feels right, given her history of stepping in at crucial moments to steer the family ship through storms. It's also compelling, this dance of intentions and revelations, and it leaves me eager for the days ahead when the full impact of Michael's misstep comes into focus. In the end, that's what keeps me coming back to General Hospital year after year, the way it captures the messiness and beauty of human connections without shying away from the hard truths. Michael, Willow, Chase, Nina, and Tracy are at the heart of something truly special right now. A storyline that's heating up with every revelation and threat, promising hours of captivating viewing that feels both familiar and brand new. I've loved every twist and turn, and this one has me convinced that the best is yet to come, with surprises that will have us all talking long after the credits roll. The show continues to deliver that perfect blend of heart and intrigue, and for a longtime fan like me, there's simply nothing better. I wouldn't miss a single moment of it, and neither should you if you want to feel that rush of anticipation that makes television truly worthwhile.